Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Yokoso, Yokoso, Yokoso. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome one and all to the Stadia Monday night chat. Of course, good to see everybody in the chat already. Hello to Ray, Jerome, of course, Liam, Sednar, J Key, Brian, Dave, and Ray again. Welcome, welcome all of you. Welcome to the Stadium Monday Night Chat, of course, with me, your host, Clive Illenden. Join me as we leap into spring like some happy bunnies to Stadia Land. Run, rabbit, run, run, run. Here comes a Stadia hater with a gun, gun, gun. Anyway, I hope you are well. I hope you are good. You know the drill by now. You know the drill, yeah? Say hello in the chat. Say hello. Make yourself known to everybody. Settle in. Of course, everybody hit the likes because I like it. YouTube likes it. And it helps people like you find content like this. And if you are new here, welcome. Yeah, welcome. But do me a favor. Please hit that subscribe button. Toggle that notification bell so you know when I go live with content like this. Right, everybody, how are you today? How are you? Let us know what you've been playing in the chat. Of course, I am fully aware it is Pro Game Day. Yes, it's Pro Game Day. It's great, isn't it? Having that like every month, first of the month, it's like ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's just, that's one of the great things about Stadia. You know, every month, bing, 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 there's going to be some games, you know, a real mix of stuff. Some you might like, some you don't, but there's going to be just free games to play as a Stadia Pro. So let me know, have you started playing them, all of that? Have you claimed the Pro titles for this month? Are you the sort of person that goes 1 minute past midnight, where is it? Where is it? Where's my Pro title? Where's my Pro title? Where is it? I want it. Ah. Have you played Pixel Junk Raiders? Or the Avicii game? They were first on my list, and I must admit, this evening. I've dipped into both of them. The Avicii game, it's a flying game, and I get my ups and downs a bit muddled up. Oh. And yet it's not quite as intense, or maybe I've just got it on easy level as, I've forgotten already. My brain's gone dead. But that rhythm game that was a Stadia Pro game right back in the day, a year ago or so. What was it called? Anyway, crazy rhythm game, but it's not quite as, I'm on easy mode, so maybe it's not quite, maybe it's too easy, but it is, I love the music. It is just Avicii, just, yeah. Big box, little box, big box, little box. Love it, love it. Love a bit of Avicii. Who doesn't? And of course, Pixel Junk Raiders, played a bit of that. It's going to take a bit of practice, bit of learning, but I love the look of it, the feel of it. It'd be interesting. Have you tried any sort of state sharing? Have you tried to state share something with somebody else, or tried somebody else's state share? Again, let me know in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Sherrod saying, Pixel Junk Raiders, woo woo! PJ Raiders for me. Jerome's on Crew 2, NBA. Madden 21 Thumper. Thank you, Dave. Always rely on you, Dave, to refresh my memory. Thumper, yes. I have, of course, continued playing Doom 2016, which I've been playing, as you will have known from last week, a lot. I really love it. Because it's sort of good, high quality FPS. Nice and simple. And if you haven't got it, absolutely grab it while it's in the sale, like $10, 10 quid, whatever it is in the sale. Doom 2016 is well worth it. It's one of the best playing and best looking games on Stadia. Even though it's a few years old, it just looks great and it just plays. I also went back to Figment, and it was weird because Figment felt a bit more kind of stiff in its movement. Completely different game, of course. But after just the pure speed and responsiveness of Doom 2016, it is a great advert for the Stadia platform, as is Doom Eternal. But Figment, yeah, went back to Figment, which I sort of stopped playing a while ago, went back to it. Really good logic puzzles in there. Really frustrating at times. But then there's that great satisfaction that you get when you sort of suss it out. So it's just the right balance for me. But anyway, I like that. So also last week, ladies and gentlemen, and I missed this, I didn't realize, last week was the show's 1 year anniversary. Yeah. 1 year anniversary of doing this show. February the 24th, 2020 was the first ever Stadia Monday Night Chat. Can you believe it? Man. A year of weekly Stadia dedicated shows, all about Stadia. And it has become one of the most watched UK-based Stadia podcast type shows. Each week bringing you the news, views and real opinions about Stadia. One of the minority who can defend Stadia consistently, against erroneous facts or bogus news stories. 1 year of week in, week out Stadia content for the community. For the Stadia community, benefiting Stadia. I wonder sometimes if even if the Stadia team, do you think the Stadia teams ever watch the show? Like Grace and Chris and the other sort of Stadia community. Do you think they've ever watched the show? I wonder. I wonder if they've ever watched the show. I wonder if Grace at Google's ever watched the show, or maybe Google, Chris at Google has ever watched the show. The most UK viewed show podcast in the UK, most viewed one. I wonder. Wow. I wonder. A whole year of making Stadia content. Week in, week out. I wonder if Google have ever noticed. I wonder. Anyway, I digress. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, in a packed news week, we will have, of course, all the latest news. Of course, the games releasing, games rumored to be releasing soon. And of course, chat time section where you can ask me all things Stadia related, and I'll give you my opinion or two, maybe. Right, let's get on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the show on the road and to the news, ladies and gentlemen. To the news. As we know, there's been a lot of negativity around Stadia, especially since they announced the closing of SG&E and refocusing of their business priorities. And a lot of people seem to be jumping on that negativity bandwagon for no real reason other than just the hell of it. So you're not going to get any negativity here. We're going to be solely focusing on the positive Stadia. What the? Stadia's dead, haven't you heard? It's dead, yeah? Finally, yeah! I told you Stadia's dead. Ha ha! What are you talking about? Stadia, they shut it down, yeah? They shut down their studios and everything, I told you. What do you mean? Stadia Games and Entertainment? Yeah, Stadia, yeah, I read it on the internet, yeah, they shut it down, I saw it on Twitter. No, they just closed Stadia Games and Entertainment. That's like their in-house studios. What? So they haven't shut down Stadia? No. In fact, they have announced they've got over 100 games coming to the platform just this year. 100 games? Yes. Sorry about that. As I say, you're not going to be finding any kind of negativity on this channel. We're going to be focusing on all the good things and in the news. Right. Oh, where were we? Sorry. Yes. Sorry. The news. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So first up on the news, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a quick look. Here we go. So you remember last week, I think. So I did a piece on, I've mentioned it before, and lots of other people have mentioned Sky Climbers, ladies and gentlemen. Sky Climbers, which started off as a Kickstarter, and then the Stadia community seemed to pile in, and their initial, $25,000 target on their Kickstarter blew past that. And now, I think I reported last week, they had a meeting with Stadia about signing up to a publisher's agreement. Well, they've signed up to a publisher's agreement. It says here, you'll see, it's official. Excuse me, Sky Climbers will be coming to Stadia. Publisher's agreement is signed. So they've actually signed up with Stadia, official now. We now wait to hear confirmation of the Makers program, so the Stadia Makers program. Thank you, #Team Stadia, for supporting our company. And we look forward to crowd play, ladies and gentlemen. So that's really, that's a real kind of positive news. It's great news, especially since, as I say, their initial Kickstarter target was only $25,000, $25,000 easy, $25,000. And now they're way over $200,000 plus a publisher agreement, which no doubt means some sort of kind of support or even a publisher advance, who knows, which means that this game has a real chance of kind of living. And as I say, it'd be great to be on Stadia. And that's thanks mostly down to the wonderful Stadia community. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they build any sort of Stadia specific features like we've seen with Pixel Junk Raiders and the state share and stuff like that. The potential of utilizing the cloud on a game like this, I think, is really, really exciting. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Let me know. Have you backed it? I mean, I did. I didn't, put loads, but I was willing to support it. I was prepared to lose the money. So I kind of supported it at a certain level and, very early, one of the early adopters. Yay. Bit like being a Stadia founder. Yay. Anyway, to me, this is a really good news gaming story. Forget about Stadia, a gaming story, a really good one. A small developer, fast track to a deal with a major platform thanks to gamers who support it. This is the kind of really positive story that, should be out there. And it's certainly a positive story that we should, be out there as Stadia, and as the Stadia community, we should be pushing. It's these positive stories that you should focus on, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah? Should focus on these. It's also scheduled for the GeForce Now. They came out and said, we've done a deal with it. So when it's ready for PC, you can bring it over to GeForce Now, which is really great to see. So overall, as I say, a great positive news story and something to focus on when you're sort of surrounded by a lot of negativity and stuff. Focus on the good stuff. There is plenty of it. In fact, there's so much we sometimes forget. And it's just sometimes useful to come back and refocus on the good stuff, as it were. In other news, ladies and gentlemen, other news, Bungie here plans Destiny 2 crossplay for fall 2021. So we knew that crossplay was coming to all the platforms on Destiny 2. But now Bungie have confirmed when it might happen. No, Hell Monkey, you're not going to make Idiot of the Week. Don't worry. You're not trying hard enough. Another big thing for Stadia here, as I say, Destiny 2, confirmation of crossplay coming in fall 2021. Can't come soon enough as far as I'm concerned. So it says here, Bungie plans Destiny 2 crossplay for fall 2021. Play with your friends on PC or consoles. So throughout the rest of 2020, so they've been announcing their big developer plans throughout 2021, as well as a peek into 2022. And they say here, crossplay is coming to the masses. In Season 15, we'll be doing some internal rollouts and alpha tests in Season 14 to prepare a widespread launch this fall. With crossplay, you'll be able to play with all your friends, no matter what platform. Now, that's interesting that you call home. And don't worry, this is the key thing, I guess. We won't be matching console and PC players together in the Crucible matches unless PC players specifically invite their console friends to play with them in PC Crucible pools. So it seems that in the natural pools, the consoles will be grouped together. And I'm assuming that in that probably means Stadia. Or do they do it as controllers? So for instance, in PUBG, it's controller only, and it's crossplay with Xbox and PlayStation, and that's what makes PUBG. If you don't, I play loads of PUBG. I'm not very good at it. I play loads of PUBG, but it is an overlooked game in terms of the benefit of crossplay. A Stadia game with crossplay, you never have a problem with PUBG, which is pure PvP. There's no other option. You never have a problem waiting for a match, filling up a 100-player match. Yeah, because it's cross-play with the consoles. And it's a real, as I say, it's a very much overlooked game, I think, on Stadia. It's not a brilliant game, but it's overlooked on Stadia in terms of its cross-play appeal. And then with Division 2, of course, you're linking up with PC players. So that's a different kind of combination. And also, as Hell Monkey said here, Outriders. You can't communicate on mic, though. Yeah, that'd be interesting. So you can't communicate in game chat. Is that right, Hell Monkey? You're going to have to rely on sort of Discord and things like that. I'm never a great fan of game chat. I much prefer party chat. But of course, obviously, you can't do that cross-platform, really. But anyway, this is really, really cool. And it's going to be interesting to see the indirect impact on Stadia because of this Destiny 2, news, this crossplay coming, and the fact that Destiny 2 is free to play on Stadia, no pro required. And the chance to have a more busy Crucible and PvP is a big, big boon for a platform like Stadia, which undeniably suffers in the Crucible. But that's because Destiny 2 has so many options. Yeah, if Destiny 2 just had one PvP and that was it, then it would be less of an issue. But there are so many different PvP options to choose that the Stadia community is sort of spread too thin across it anyway. So the fact that Stadia is free to play, no pro Destiny is free to play on Stadia, no pro, is anyone can just jump in and start, and you can start playing with your mates, whether they're on PlayStation, whether they're on Xbox. I can only see huge upside for Stadia with this. So I say, bring it on, ladies and gentlemen. Bring it on, yeah?
Stadia's dead, man. Stadia
What is it now?
Dead! Haven't you heard? Woohoo! Yeah, so they released this game, right? And it bug means the game doesn't work at all, right? And then there's no one to fix it, idiot. Everyone's talking about it on the internet. It's all in the press. Stadia is dead.
The bug was fixed.
What?
The bug, it was fixed. In fact, 2 weeks prior to that news story, the former head of Typhoon Studios, now at Stadia, said they were looking into it, and now it's fixed.
Yeah, but the internet
No.
said. Damn.
Sorry about that now. Where were we? Let's get back on with the show. I'm all kerfuddled again. Sorry about these interruptions anyway. Right. Anyway, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Games. I think it's worth remembering what games we have coming just in March, along with the Stadia Pro games, of course, launched today. Again, just so many games are coming already that we know about, and the Pro games we get today, you know, Pixel Junk Raiders, Avicii Vector, Pac-Man, Reigns. We have Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 coming tomorrow. Monster Energy Supercross 4 coming on the 11th of March. FIFA, yes, FIFA on the 17th of March. And then the following week, we have K's and the Wild Masks. So that's a game a week keeping us busy. That's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's not bad for a so-called dead platform. And not to say, you know, straight after that, of course, the next big AAA, as mentioned in chat here, Outriders and Ark Survival still due to drop as a pro game, of course, ladies and gentlemen, any time soon. So all in all, a good few weeks ahead. Again, people, focus on that. Yeah, focus on all the positivity. We sort of take for granted. It's almost we're taking for granted the fact that all these games are coming. And then certain sections of the community get so focused down in the kind of negative noise, which is just ultimately just poking at the burnt embers of the past. The future, ladies and gentlemen, the future is bright. Also, ladies and gentlemen, also spotted in the wild here, thanks to Stadia Source. It's published on Reddit here. Daft Tatar. Moto GP 21 has been rated on Stadia, so expect that dropping any minute now as well. So that's good to see. We knew that was coming here. Looks like it's been rated for everything at the same time. So, of course, day and date launch, probably. What? Wait a minute. A sequel? A sequel to a game that was already on Stadia, I believe. But Clive, didn't someone quote to you that Stadia was dead because sequels like Little Nightmares 2 and MotoGP 21 were not scheduled for Stadia? I think they did. Yes, I think they did quote that. Proof that Stadia was being abandoned by publishers. The facts, ladies and gentlemen, and the actions, ladies and gentlemen, speak otherwise, my friend. They speak otherwise, yeah? Focus on that, yeah? A lot of predictions that have been made just in the last 4 weeks have been shattered, wrong, proved wrong. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. What is it now? What's now? What's now?
Stadia is dead.
Stadia is dead. Don't tell me yes. Okay, let's hear
They've
it.
cancelled all their projects,
Okay.
every project, all of it, including, right, get this, a massive deal with Hideo, one of the most visionary developers in the world. Stadia idiots cancelled it, and he's really pissed off. I read it in BGC and every other article that quoted them. Stadia's dead. Yes.
Google confirmed that the article that you're talking about was inaccurate, and hence every article and YouTuber who jumped onto the back of that and amplified the lie
so
was
the internet's
wrong.
not true.
It did not happen. Stadia is not dead. Just give it up already, yeah?
Yeah, but I bought all the stuff. I hired the dancing ladies and all of that.
Well, save it for Luna. Joke. Right. Anyway, joke, ladies. It was a joke. Yeah. Right. Talking of back from the dead and titles that were and then were not and now are coming to Stadia, quelle surprise, thanks to contracts, Terraria is coming to Stadia, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Terraria. So, as you will know, a few weeks ago, the Stadia port of Terraria, you say Terraria, I say Terraria, 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 Terraria. The Stadia port, sorry about that. The Stadia port of Terraria was cancelled suddenly earlier this month because the CEO of the guy, Andrew Spinks, the guy behind Terraria, had a Twitter meltdown. He's a Stadia baby. Jesus. Anyway, because his Google account was abruptly locked. Now, we don't know why. But he obviously broke the terms and conditions of his Google account. It could be for anything. Probably his private account, because he built this sort of almost single-handedly initially, about, 13 years ago or whatever. And it's probably his own private Gmail, and he's been using it ever since, which he's not meant to be using as a business account. So something crazy like that could have been as simple as that. Yeah, could have been as simple as that. Anyway, it was abruptly locked, but after working with the Google team and reading his contract maybe, behind the indie hit, the team behind the indie hit has announced a happy ending. Yay! We love a happy ending. More positive news, ladies and gentlemen. So it says here, excuse me, drink. Says here, after a month of pushing and with the immense support of our fans, Google finally reached out and was able to provide a lot of transparency. That's interesting, actually, a lot of transparency around this situation. Google probably went, yeah, you said you didn't break the terms and conditions. See that bit there? And they probably went, oh, yeah. Thanks for that transparency. Okay. But anyway, due to the hard work the Stadia team has put in, which is nice, as well as our partners at 505 Games, which is good, the publishers. Publishers going, read the contract. We've got money due on this. We've decided that we'll be allowing the upcoming launch Terraria on Google Stadia to proceed. The Terraria Stadia build is based on the DR Studios 1.4.0.5 latest build and is currently at Google's certification review. So I just went through a list of games due to drop in March already. Could this be another one, ladies and gentlemen? Could this be another title that's going to come in March, or could we see it in April? I've mentioned this before. This is a really popular game, and it's a staple of multiple platforms. Yeah, it's a staple game on most platforms, and popular with streamers. I told you that PewDiePie is a big fan of this, and I saw him. I'm sure he said he was going to go back to it recently. He's back playing Minecraft again, but I think he said recently he was thinking of going back to Terraria. So there we go. This is a great feather in Stadia's cap. So it's good to see it finally coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's just, well done. At the end of the day, well done to all parties for sorting it out. Yeah, that's what I reckon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the beef, ladies and gentlemen, the beef of the news, the meat, your meat and potatoes, ladies and gentlemen. There goes your meat and potatoes of the news. Now, you may have noticed I've avoided kind of focusing on the internet drama, like some internet drama queen or something around Stadia at the moment, because I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a classy show, yeah? This is a classy show. It's not just about the gossip and the speculation and the looking back at missteps and not concentrating on the current path going forward, the way this show does. We're a forward-looking show, yeah? We like to focus on the positive, and that is very, very easy to do because there is a lot of positivity out there in terms of all the games. So just, get your head up from the gutter, look forward, and just see all these games coming at you, ladies and gentlemen. So tell me, which of these games excites you most, etc.? What are the sort of things you're most looking forward? Are you sort of still, excited about the pro games that we've got and getting into, Pixel Junk Raiders? I'm hearing a lot of good things. let me know. Avicii, have you tried that? Anyway, it's time for chat. Let's see what you've been saying in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing, it says. Right. That's because, let me have a look. There we are. Where's the chat gone? Where's the chat? My son's been playing with my things. Yes, he has. Oh, my Lord. What's happened here? No, that's old chat. Excuse me, professional here. That's better. Transition. Bing! Let's have a look at the chat. Pop out the chat. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Stadia Dad. Sorry I'm late. I got carried away with Avicii. Yeah, I think I need a bit of practice with Avicii. I'll be honest with this, Stadia Dad. Yeah. I keep going left when you're meant to go right. And then once you're out of rhythm, it's like I find with rhythm games, if you should get into the rhythm, it's good. As soon as you make that misstep, boo! It's like, Anyway. So, yeah, it's a bit like Thumper. I really enjoyed Thumper, though, as I must admit. I really kind of like that. Jerome says Doom 2016 is fantastic and a great price. Absolutely, Jerome. Absolutely. Now, let me know in chat. Put in chat if you want me to kind of address any of the big issues. I've addressed some of it already. You may have seen I'm going to do some YouTube shorts, ladies and gentlemen. Trying the YouTube shorts, a sort of 60-minute kind of, 60-second kind of daily bursts. Give an opinion there. Congrats, Clive, on the anniversary. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't even realise. Dave Widnall. Yeah, where's your pack? I don't know. Dave, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. You should have seen the original song I did for my video. The video I did earlier there, the little joke video about all the other people getting it. Yeah, I couldn't use it because I'd get copyright struck, but it was 1. 1 is the loneliest number. Yeah. Yeah. Bank error in my face. No, it has been a mistake. Computer says no. That's what's happened, I think. Grace and Chris have gone. Computer says no. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciating all your hard work. Thank you. Jakey's loving it. Helmuk, as I said, you've got to try harder to be an idiot. Yeah. Although I didn't quite get your comment. I did see on Twitter today, you and Andy, God, I hate Stadia now, Morphs, as he's now known, saying, well, but it's downing on Pixel Junk Raiders. What's to down on Pixel Junk Raiders? You can play it as a one player. I enjoy it as a one player. I didn't quite see whether lack of players was going to be an issue. I like playing it as a one player game. It's a bit of a weird down to have on the game. Anyway, don't worry, Hell Monkey. Anyway, Paul's coming in there saying you're idiot of the week, Hell Monkey. I don't know what you've done exactly. Yeah, he's been good. Yeah, it's interesting about Outriders, as I say, Hell Monkey, communicating. But then, I like, one of my favorite games is Apex, and I love the way that you don't have to talk in that, because they built in the communication. Yeah, Jerome, I'm living the life with the ladies. Yeah, living the life with the ladies. Ray says, Clive is brilliant. Lol. Thank you. Boys, says The Rock. Hey, Rock and roll. There's no drama on my internet. I muted all the drama queens. It's like a fun game, whack-a-mole. Exactly. Hey, can only do much. Can only do so much. How are you, my friend? Yeah, it is whack-a-mole. But what I guess so. Here's my piece. Okay. In reality, ladies and gentlemen, in reality, a lot of the negativity that we've seen is really amplified. Yeah. And most people, I would hasten to add, anecdotally, most people who play Stadia are not those sort of 30 or 50 obsessed people on Twitter constantly looking for every little bit of Stadia news, good or bad. And of course, as soon as we, there's a small handful of people, as soon as they see a bad news, they crowd in on it and either have a go at the person delivering the so-called bad news, whether the bad news is right or wrong. And then all the people who are like, responding to that, and it becomes like some sort of football terrorist situation. You're a bunch of whatevers, you're a bunch of whatevers, and that's it. Where 90% of people are sitting at home, probably catching up on the football on the telly, oblivious to this kind of little intense minority crowd going on at each other. And in the bigger picture, in the bigger world, it doesn't matter. Even articles in Kotaku or whatever, or Video Games Chronicle. I mean, who the flip reads it? Who reads those anyway? Apart from a few gaming obsessed nerds. So yeah, you could say the bigger article, things like The Verge or Bloomberg, they have an impact. But Bloomberg did a number on Amazon 3 weeks ago. Maybe they were right, maybe they were wrong. And the Verge article I read recently, I did a video about it yesterday. Was it the Verge one? It wasn't tremendously untrue, stated the bleeding obvious. As I said before, and I'll say it again here, was the Stadia launch the greatest launch in gaming industry you've ever seen? No, it wasn't. Yeah. Did Stadia, probably sell as many controllers or get as many subscribers as they thought they would, as their lofty ambitions? Well, probably based on the launch, probably not. And, it's a real shame that they shut down Stadia Games and Entertainment. They had real lofty ambitions from the get-go. And that was really exciting and really promising. But obviously, targets weren't met. So you have a choice. Yeah, they should just throw money at it. They should keep going. Look at Amazon. Yeah, look at Amazon. They're just throwing money at it. Throwing money down the bin. But nobody's moaning at them. But yet that could be the completely wrong strategy. They burnt through $500 million already. And what have they to show for themselves? Nada. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. Maybe they should keep going. Maybe they've committed too much. Yeah. Maybe they crossed what they call the Rubicon. Yeah. They crossed that line where, oh my God, we can't write it off now because we've spent so much. We have to keep going and hope that it works out okay. Whereas Stadia kind of probably thought, whoop, we haven't quite reached that line. So the business decision, do we plow on headlessly and hope that it all comes good? Or do we look at the data, realize we have an opportunity before the end of the financial year to pivot and focus on a new business strategy, on making sure that Stadia is sustainable? And that's clearly what they've done. So yeah, they made some missteps. They made some mistakes. Yeah. But they've pivoted. They've sort of set the ship in a slightly different direction. And now they're delivering on it, as we see. So just focus on the games. We've got the 4 or 5 games coming this month already, plus the pro games. Then 1st of April straight away, as I said, we've got Outriders. Terraria is going to drop any minute now. Ark, we know, is going to drop as a pro game, probably the 1st of April, could even drop as a pro game in March. Yeah, FIFA launching this month. I mean, there's a lot. So get out of the kind of your head down in the weeds and the nitty gritty of people having little snipes at each other about Stadia. I mean, that's literally football terrorists chanting to each other. It's pointless. And that's what you're doing. So here's an analogy that's come to me. It's like people watching the football hooligans yell at each other, chant at each other, yeah? While the football match is going over there. Forget about all that rubbish. It's meaningless. And go and watch the football match, which is actually happening on the pitch, and enjoy the football match. That's my advice to you. It's not as though the football match is completely terrible, because there's loads of good stuff happening. Yeah. I mean, Pixel Junk Raiders as a Stadia exclusive game with a real Stadia exclusive element to it as well. The state share, I mean, utilized in the sort of the best way we've seen so far. That's a really positive story, and only on Stadia. So there's loads to focus on. So Focus on the match and on the fun and everything that's happening, not on the fighting in the terraces behind you. That's all I'm going to say really on that. That's my sort of how you need to be focused. Yeah. So Clean Zlate's channel says Google and Amazon don't understand the market they're trying to enter. That's their biggest problem. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, maybe Google's made the right decision to pivot before it gets too late. TSI's back. SBCN is growing. Exactly, Ray. I'm going to be joining, I think, get myself on that. Well, not me. Lord Kensal will be joining SBCN, I hope. You know, we've got to negotiate the contract, haven't we? Yeah. Negotiating the contract with Anthony, and now your mama knows. Yeah. If the price is right, we'll be on there, man. Yeah. Rock and Clive are legends. I thank you, sir. Yeah, it's interesting because I was watching, there's a channel I'm watching on YouTube by Justin Can. Now, Justin Can is the guy who started Justin.tv, which of course became Twitch. And he's just started a YouTube channel, which is really weird. Yeah, unbelievable. The guy that started Twitch, yeah, started a YouTube channel. But it's really interesting because he's telling the story of Twitch and how, you know, he nearly sold Twitch to Google for nearly $1 billion. And it fell through because, oddly enough, because Google wouldn't pay some extra money on top they wanted. They pulled out. Then Yahoo came in. Yahoo wanted to turn it into a cooking channel. And the founders of Justin TV and Twitch went, yeah, I'm not sure you get it. So that's it about, you know, big tech firms not getting it. And then Amazon came in and, you know, that they sold it for $850 million, so nearly $1 billion. And the rest is history. But anyway, I digress. What he was saying in one video, and it's a very Silicon Valley thing. And also, I think it was mentioned in the Verge article I talked about recently, the problem with Stadia not being googly enough. They make reference to this as well. But what Justin Can said is, don't try to get your product perfect before you release it. Get it to a state, release it, and then work off the feedback and adapt it and change it. And it made me realize that is a very Silicon Valley way of doing things. And it's a very googly way of doing things. And then this article, you know, Stadia is not googly enough, mentioned that that is the way that Google do things. And it did make me think, yeah, that's right. And that's not quite right, really, for if you're launching or challenging Xbox or PlayStation, which is what initially they tried to do. You need a ready-made product, ready to go with all the bells and whistles, bang. And they didn't have that. And the expectation is, if you're entering the gaming world or the gaming industry as a new console, to challenge the big, you know, to challenge Sony and to challenge Xbox and Nintendo, you better come out with something that has all bells and whistles straight off. Yeah. But the Google way of doing things is sort of slightly counter to that. So there probably was some tension about, do we put it out in bits? Do we kind of sort of say it's a test? Do we add the beta label? You know? But it doesn't matter now. That's the point. It doesn't matter anymore. It's no good. Well, you know, they should have done this. They should have, could have, would have. Yeah? They didn't. Yeah? But they're adapting and moving. And that is one thing Google can do. They can adapt, and they do adapt. So that is good to see. And we are seeing, you know, that they're continuing on the path they're doing, bringing games. And let's hope we see more and more big AAA games. You know, we all want to see Call of Duty, well, not everybody, but a game like Call of Duty would give the platform massive credibility. So there we go. I'm going to say as well, another thing quickly before we finish today is there seem to be, as ever, like a lot of experts. Yeah, you know, like if I was in charge of, get rid of Phil Harrison, yeah? If I was in charge of Stadia, I'd do this, yeah? Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, people who say that, come here. Come a bit closer, yeah? Let me tell you something, yeah? There's a reason, Yeah, there's a reason you're not in charge of Stadia, yeah? Does your CV have 20 years experience at a senior management level in the gaming industry? No. Does your CV have any gaming industry knowledge? No. So your qualifications are, I quite like playing games. Brilliant, you've got the job. It's like people criticising football managers and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, so you've managed a professional team at the highest level of football before, have you? No, but my mate down the pub said that they definitely should be playing a 4-4-2, system. Yeah, I read it in a book once. Like, come on, people. We can't all be armchair experts, can we, ladies and gentlemen? Anyway, the point is, forget all the negativity, yeah? Because most of that negativity is focused on the past, less on the future. Most of the negativity about the future is just pure and utter speculation. What we do know about the future is games, 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 and games, and more games. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Stadia Monday Night Chat. Yeah, a year of Stadia Monday Night Chat. Maybe I should reach out to Grace. Who knows? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining in. Remember to hit the likes, everybody. If you're new here, remember to sub because it's much appreciated, and toggle that notification bell so you know when we go live with content like this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you once again for being here. And a special thanks, of course, to all my channel members. Really, really appreciate your continued support. Have a wonderful week, and enjoy, if you are a Stadia Pro member, enjoy those Stadia Pro games. I'm going to go off now and give Avicii another big box, little box, big box, little box, little box go and relive my raving days, ladies and gentlemen, my raving days. Thank you and goodbye.